Now, I may not be the right person to talk about this topic, but I just have one question. How are sports anime still able to grab my attention? Like, am I just that one dimensional to where they don't actually have to come up with anything unique for me to watch it? Is that how all sports anime fans are? I wouldn't really dub myself a sports anime fan due to my lackluster resume in the section, but I've enjoyed them enough to not deny watching another one in the near future. It's not that the shows are so one dimensional that there's nothing interesting happening at all. It's just that at the end of the day, we all know what's gonna happen. The main character will win. He may lose in a few tournaments and matches here and there, but in the end, he will win. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass and not really remembering the shows right, but to me, they all have the same template of success. It's kind of like how most shonen protagonists are the same. Sometimes it can start feeling like a copy and paste of one another, but at the end of the day, I'm still the one watching them. So when Blue Lock came out and said, fuck the template, oh boy, I was happy. Now, don't get me wrong, Blue Lock still has those sports anime elements where we know that the main character will eventually win. But in this show, winning doesn't feel like the main goal because it's never the winning that I'm actually focused on. But instead, it's the battle of chaos and egos that ensues on the field and how what seems like a bunch of random chaos turns into something amazing. Blue Lock tells the story of how competition nurtures growth. Through hard work, dedication, trials, and tribulations, you are evolving, bouncing off one another's spirit to not only win, but be great at the game. And even if we step away from the plot, the characters all seem great and unique enough to be main characters for their own shows. I mean, the next movie is literally Nagi as the main character. Speaking of Nagi, the things that he pulls off in his games, this is one of these animes where you have to shake your head or make a stank face because what you're seeing is just that cold. So basically, it's the blue team with our main cast versus the black team, the number one team in their division. Blue team is down one player due to a betrayal, and they think of a strategy that'll account for their lack of players. It's a heavily defensive formation that relies on a quick counterattack to score, and it almost works. So this nigga Nagi and his sidekick Rayo are like, hey man, let's just copy their well fed out strategy. It seems really interesting. But instead of actually copying the strategy, they'll just punch the ball towards Nagi down the field. And this nigga Nagi controls it with the first touch of death, stopping all rotation and speed, and then scores the goal all the while he has 3 men on it. But fuck it, they're not finished yet. The last one felt way too easy for Nagi. So he ups the stakes. He rips off the same exact move that they just pulled off a moment ago, and this time, instead of controlling the first touch, he pops the ball up. And I mean, it has to be a pass. Just look at how far he is from the goal. This nigga Nagi turns and jumps into a bicycle kick and easily sends it to the top right corner effortlessly. Bro, you know it's cold when the anime just moves on and barely even puts emphasis on the shot. No replays are done. Like, this is just some normal shit that Nagi does on the regular. And don't even get me started on Bachira. This nigga took on the entire team while down 3-0, giving us probably the coldest sequence in the entire season.
絶対絶命ってやつはビビるとこじゃない。ワクワクするとこ。ぶち抜け。超速シザーズ。ルーレットスピン。アウトサイド。左か。右。自分。空中エラスコ。できた。ちゃんちゃんイメージ湧いてくる。なんて楽しそうにサッカーすんだよ。2、1、バン。
There are two parts of the scene that really highlight why the show feels so visually unique. Animation-wise, it's probably a little above average compared to the other sports anime, but honestly, I feel like that's just because it's so new. To me, it's the way that they draw the eyes whenever they're in that zone, and how they're able to achieve so much using their sound effects. Not gonna lie, it really reminds me of Fire Force. Recently, I've been watching a channel where this guy does J-pop music breakdowns, but instead of focusing on the lyrics, he almost always listens down to the instruments. It's really opened my eyes to how much sounds can convey within a story. So yeah, shout out Drumroll Tony, but honestly, the sound effects in this show just up the impact of everything that's happening by tenfold. Heading back to the game, this nigga Rayo is genuinely tweaking off the fact that they are tied and might actually lose the game. But Nagi has activated and is now actually trying. Meaning for the last 6 months of him playing soccer, it was purely off of his raw talent. Now Nagi's passing, dribbling, doing it all. Nagi gets a pass right outside of the goalpost, catching it while his head is above the post, controlling it with the outside of his right foot. It seems like there's zero chance that he can do anything in this situation. So he makes his own path where he can score this goal. And he lands, jumps, 180 in the air, turnaround shot, curving to the opposite side of the net. Nagi is activated, and it's due to the core essence of what Blue Lock is. Iron strengthens iron, competing at such a high level invigorated Nagi enough to reach for new heights, since he's never had actual competition in his entire life. It's the end of the game, and at this point, everybody got that blue aura flowing out of their eyes. Everybody's activated. And, well, I would like to refrain from my previous statements about this show's animation, and it being only above average. 8-Bit Studio, I was not familiar with your game, because this Isagi final goal animation rivals some of my favorite shonen moments on God. And y'all know I'm a shonen demon.
お前ならわかるだろう。今は任せろ。俺を感じろ。最高だバチラ。やっぱ君とはよく合うね。うちに入った。かつ未来が見えない。君は俺に勝てないよ。黙れ。嫌だ。俺は俺のゴールで勝ちたい。お前のゴールを。そうか、そうだったのか。ダイレクトシュートだ。
Looking back at what I introed this video with, it seems we got a little off topic. So what was I really trying to express? I mean, it's simple. Blue Lock has reinvigorated my love for sports anime. It's a show that made me care more about watching the sport in real life, adopting a favorite club, go Dortmund, even booting up that rage-inducing no-good FIFA was because of Blue Lock. It's honestly such an inspiring show, and it literally has everything. Modern animation, lovable and unique characters, audiophile level sound effects, amazing story and concepts, and the cherry on top, which is the course dialogue between players. If you wanted to get into a sports anime and didn't know where to start, well, look no further, because Blue Lock will give you what you're looking for. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. There was a much larger time gap between this video and the last video dropping. But hey man, college finals and projects were, beating my ass. But it's summer now, which means that I can log back in and really start grinding. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're closing in on 500 subscribers. Leave a comment on what you love about Blue Lock. With that, peace out.